Hi friends, welcome to Stay Stitching. My name is Carla and I am glad you're here. So this is the second top video for the Great Module Sew Along. And I hope you are having a great time sewing your items up. Most of you are ahead of where I am. Some of you are behind where I am, but behind isn't really the right word because everyone sews at their own pace. And so today I'm talking about my second top, which is the Christine Jonson pattern swing shirt number 505. I cut a size large and that is what I sewed up. Now, before I get going on this, I want you to know that I discovered the day I finished this, which was Sunday in the early evening, I got an email from Christine Jonson, not herself, the company. She doesn't know who I am. And they are doing a sew along for this shirt. So on Christine Jonson's website, the blog, and just keep in mind that Jonson is spelled J-O-N-S-O-N. Christine is spelled traditional way, Jonson, J-O-N-S-O-N. And there's a complete and very detailed sew along for this shirt. Before I show you the shirt, I want to show you some other things about this pattern and about Christine Jonson patterns in particular. There's only 6 pieces to this top. And for a shirt, that is a very small amount. I think this would be a fantastic first shirt for anyone. The instructions are not long. There's your lay plans in the beginning of the instructions. You set in your sleeves flat lay right here, even if you're using a woven. So I do think that it's extremely beginner friendly. Now, something interesting that I wanted to point out about Christine Jonson patterns, and this is my only Christine Jonson pattern. So I've never sewn one before and I don't own any others. There's these 2 other sheets in here, and right here is a list of her patterns, at least the patterns that were available when she printed this. And then there's this kind of little newslettery thing on there. And, oh, this whole section, here is all about how to choose your correct size. And she has her descriptions, her ease descriptions defined here. For example, if it says close fitted, this pattern, when buttoned, zippered, pulled on, or tied, hugs your body. Semi-fitted, this pattern, when buttoned, zippered, pulled on, or tied, will sit away from your body with a couple inches of ease through the bust and hips. Now, her pattern list includes 4 columns. There's the pattern number, the pattern description, like the name, like the swing shirt, planned style, ease, fit, and between sizes. Tells you if you should grade up or go up a size or go down a size. This is a lot of information, which I think is fantastic, super helpful, especially for someone, a beginner who's really still confused about fit. This year, one of my main goals is to get under control with fit. Now that's not all, but wait, there's more. She has this worksheet, which supposedly is revolutionary. It's the perfect sizing worksheet right here, which you can fill out to come up with your perfect size. And more definitions for ease. There's a stretch guide on here, a large stretch guide with explanations of how to use it. And on the ruler, it tells you what percentage of stretch it is. When the fabric stretches when 3 inches of fabric stretches from wherever to wherever, it tells you 20, 40, 60, 80. Those are the elongation percentages. That's pretty cool. Now, the thing that I found the coolest of all of this, and you're like, there's cooler things than all of that. On this back, this whole thing with all of this minuscule writing, that is tissue pattern measurements. The exact measurements of the tissue. So these are the actual tissue measurements for the patterns without the seam allowances and hems. If you are using a fabric that does not shrink when it is pressed, these will be the finished garment measurements. Use these measurements as a guide to determine ease and length. This is a better way to choose the right size pattern because you can find out how much extra room there will be in the actual garment when compared to your body measurements. Consider the fabric you are using. Soft fabrics that drape will add ease, whereas denim will be more exact. So for all of these, you just look up the pattern, like my pattern number 505, the swing shirt. I made a large. The pattern measurement for the size large for the bust is 60. It's a swing shirt. The waist is 66 3/8 inches. The hips are 68.5 inches. Back length is 30.25 inches, and the sleeve length is 24 inches. So I think that's tremendously helpful. They're expensive. It's an indie pattern company. I don't know if she has sales. I got my pattern from Craftsy. And so I haven't ever gone to her website and just bought patterns. I think maybe they do have bundles or specials. You'll have to go check that out. I'm not sure. But here's the shirt. This is Robert Kaufman chambray in indigo. It's 100% cotton. And I enjoyed sewing this up. It was a quick and easy sew. It does have buttons. I don't know if you remember, but when I showed, what are these things called? Elizabeth? Queen Anne's lace? My Queen Anne's lace is dumping on me. Okay, so when I showed you the pattern, when I showed my original module, there's only 4 buttons on that illustration. And I told you that I would never put just 4 buttons on a top, that I would add 5. The actual top calls for 5 buttons, and that is what I put on there. I didn't put one up here. I measured where it needed to be in order to be appropriate for work, and that's where I put the button. Now, the only fitting warning that I want to give you, Christine Jonson patterns are generally designed for knits, but can be made in wovens, especially something with this much ease. But this shirt, she designed it. It has so much ease throughout the body. The sleeves are extremely tight fitting. So when I made, and they're long, very, very long. Sleeves probably came to here on me. When I made the sleeves, they would only probably push up to about here. That's how narrow they are. And so I wound up cutting about 4 inches off the end of my sleeve and hemmed it so that it hits my bone right about here. And because I cut the 4 inches off, or it was 5 inches. I cut 5 inches off the bottom. Because it was on the shirt design, it was at a higher place. It's bigger now. And so I can push it up to maybe here. I get a little bit claustrophobic in clothes if I can't pull them up or make sure that they're out of my way. I'm not talking with jeans or anything. I'm used to wearing pants. That doesn't bother me. But I know that if a shirt, a woven shirt, if I was not able to push that up, that would drive me crazy. It would drive me crazy all day long. So I made it so that I can push it up. So here's the shirt. Now I'm going to put it on and show you what it looks like. So I will be right back. I have not styled this shirt yet. All I know is that it fits, obviously, because there's tons of ease, but I'm gonna put this on and I'm gonna show you what it looks like with and without a belt. Be right back. Are we going?
We're going.
Okay, so here it is, the Christine Jonson swing shirt number 505. I'm wearing it with my Cashmerette Ames jeans, which is what I wore to school today. And I didn't wear this to school, but I should have.
Yes.
And so I don't think it's as gigantic as you might think. Is it? I mean, it's big. Oh, it's big, isn't it?
It's big.
It feels good. And so I made it so that I can pull the sleeves up. Are you wearing a belt?
I am.
Give me a belt. It won't go around my waist. Troy's waist is a lot skinnier than mine. Oh!
No, it's not.
So, I don't know what that looks like. I'm not looking in a mirror, but you could wear it belted, I'm assuming. Maybe a hip belt would be better than your husband's belt that barely fits around your waist. But there it is belted. I like it. I love the color. I love the fabric. I highly recommend this fabric. If you are looking for some chambray, look for some Robert Kaufman. These buttons are from Joann's. They're La Mode, I think, and I really like them. I bought them for something else, and for my polka dot 50 skirt that I put the red vintage buttons on, this was one of my choices. I also made my buttonholes horizontal. I know you're supposed to make them vertical, but I read somewhere or saw somewhere to do them horizontal is better for like your bust. I don't know. Can you weigh in on that and let me know what you think, what you've heard about that? Is it against the rules to make them horizontal? So this is kind of squeezing me. So that's all for today. I hope you guys are enjoying the Great Module Sew-Along. I know that I am. Keep having fun. Keep sharing with us on Instagram. Keep commenting on our videos. We love hearing from you, and it's so exciting to see what you are up to. Take care, and I will see you next Tuesday.